Right, welcome back to RMS. We have got a 1997 Coupe Fiat Doodah. Is it 97? Yeah, Fiat Coupe. She is the 20 valve turbo model. It has done 49,000 miles and it's nearly 30 years old. So this one's come in, it's gone to a place what they've found it in a barn. They've got it all sorted out. They've just sold it. The only thing what isn't working is the sunroof. So they want us to look at the sunroof on it. That's not working at all. Obviously, we're not going to need any of the diagnostic equipment. We're going to use our basic testing equipment, multimeters, power probes, etc., wiring diagrams, and we're going to work out what's going on. The customer has sent me through a explanation of how to get to the motor. So that's the first one we're going to go to, because these used to have big issues with the gears grinding inside the actual inside the sunroof itself. So the gears used to break up. So there's a chance that years ago that happened if somebody just disconnected the motor. That's the first one we're going to go to. So let's get that done, see if we can get some diagrams. Let's have a go. Right, so we have pulled this down. Check them out. Yeah, it is all still connected. So we know that it hasn't been disconnected unless they've disconnected the switch. But let's get some diagrams up, see what's going on, and then yeah, we can go from there. Right, so this is the information which the customer sent through about getting to the motor. It's obviously up in the headlining. You take the, where is it? Just take out the interior light, scroll down, and this is the motor here. So because the motor has got a position sensor, I assume it's either an automatic opening or whatever. When it does that, normally it means it runs through some sort of control relay module type thing. So it knows its position, so it can turn it on and off. Sometimes you'll have, say, the power coming in on the blue, and when it's in one position, it puts it out back down to the switch, so the switch can work. And then when it comes to the other position, it puts it down the blue, out on the yellow, so that it can go the other way. But very rarely, you know, it's quite a complicated system. So what we need to do, we need to find a diagram, find out exactly what's going on, and then we can work it out from there. Right, so we have found this diagram. It is an old PDF because we haven't got anything on any of our data. The car's too old. Somebody's taken a picture of an original type of manual. It does show we've got the fuse box. It comes out the fuse box. We've got the switch down here, and we have got a separate relay controller type thing. So we need to find where they are, make sure we've got all our powers and everything, and then sort of go from there. Pretty good manual, actually. It does show you. So we're looking for 41 and 40. So 41 is the switch, so that's all good. And 40, it says, what did it say? 40 is saying it's under the center console beside the handbrake. So I'm going to quickly strip them out, see what we got, and then come back to the diagram, see, you know, what voltages we're meant to have, and then hopefully we'll be able to work out what's going on. All right, so I'll quickly get these up, try and find out where. So, right, that's the switch. They are different colours to the motor. And yeah, these are the same colour as that. So they plug in to there, then they're going to go straight to the motor. So I'm going to get a probe set up, and then we can have a look, see what's going on, see what voltages we've got there, and then go from there. So, although it's a bit blurry, it's not the best of diagrams. We have got a main earth which comes along, puts an earth to the switch. We've got a big live coming out, fuse 20, down a blue wire, and it actually goes down to the switch on the second one in. It just says blue. We haven't got blue on there, but second pin in has got nice thick wire, a control type wire. So it looks like that. It doesn't look like the relay has got any power to it. So I would think that that's going to be the issue. And then the switch powers the relay powers the motor. And then obviously the on the motor here, you've got the position switch, which then talks back to the relay to tell it which way to go and etc. But main thing is, let's go and check our lives of Earth and things like that. So yeah, the first wire is N, it looks like, probably black. The one next to it should have power. See if we've got any outputs on it. So right, let's have a look. Right, so we're going to do some basic tests on this. If anyone remembers these from back in the day, the thing they'll notice, they'll remember, is the cam belts on these. Check this out. You have no room at all between the chassis leg and the cam belt cover. It is an engine out job to do a cam belt on them. They were a nightmare. So, yeah, still give me frights talking about them. I did do one years ago, and all we done was undone all the engine mounts, dropped it down onto a pallet and moved it across. But yeah, what a design, eh? Back then, 97, got to take the engine out and do a cam belt. Crazy as that. Right, see if we've got any voltages anyway. Right, so ignition on. We've got earth to the black. Got no live to the next one along, which is white and blue. Okay. The outputs. So we definitely haven't got any power down to the switch, which we're meant to have. So that said fuse 20 on here. So let's have a quick look. Fuse box out. Right, pull that fuse out. Fuse is good. But we have no power to the terminals. Right. Let's go back, check what switches that on and off, and see what it's doing. Right, so fuse 20 comes from relay E1. Where does it get its power from? Power in comes from ignition relay, goes to E1, then out to fuse 20, but we've got no reading on either of them. So let's go to relay E1 and see what it's got on it. Now we've got an issue. If you look there, that says E1. There's no relay in there, but there's no terminals in there either. Now, what's gone on there? So, the main thing I think might be happening, when I was looking for these diagrams, it was a real pain to find the one with the sunroof in it. A lot of them didn't have it, apparently. So, they're some with, some without. Diagrams, the majority of them had no sunroof in it. What happens if this fuse box was changed back in the day and they got one out of a non-sunroof model? Then what we're going to do, we're going to try and get one. The only issue we have had, yeah, are we sure that's the right diagram? Don't know. So the only thing I can do is strip that out, get the glove box down, find out exactly where that comes from and go from there. Because, yeah, how else are we going to find it? Yeah, so I'm going to strip that out, get it on the bench, test where it comes and goes from, just in case something's wrong on it. Maybe it's not relayed, maybe it comes from another fuse from under the bonnet, something like that, and it's powering in and then out of that fuse. I don't know. So let's get that stripped out, we'll have a look, and we'll go from there. Right, so we've managed to get this open, and we need to do some tests. So what we do know, on here, it's saying E1, that's the relay, what's meant to be feeding that fuse, which is in that place, which there is no contacts in there. So this is our revised fuse box. Wrong one. Maybe it come out of a coupe with no sunroof and it's been changed in the past. I don't know. So what we do know is these contacts, that's the top fuse, and it goes out on that end pin on that plug, which goes to here, I think it is. See it, meters beeping. And obviously the fuse is good. So we know from there to there and across is good. So I'm going to remove the fuse. So we want to find the input for it. So I don't want any funny what's it. So all I can do is go across each contact and find out where it goes. Normally, you could actually see it running across the traces, but this is a multi-layered fuse box. You can see it in there. There's multiple different circuit boards layered together, so I can't see it. So the only thing I can do is test across to these relays till I get a beep, and hopefully there's 2 unoccupied relay places. Really? That's not the one. I was expecting it to be one of these 2. So that is showing up as that relay there. I was expecting it to be one of them, and that has got a brand new relay in it. So maybe somebody knew that that was the relay, and that's why they changed it. But if it's a new relay, why is it not working? Right, so now we know that we've got continuity. We have got a relay in there to power that fuse. We're going to have to get this back together, stick it back in the car, and then do some tests. And I'll show you the little relay tester which I use in line. So yeah, let's get this one back together, get it back in the car, and we'll do some testing from there. Okay, so now we know which relay it is, which is the control for that sunroof. What we're going to do, we're going to stick this in line, put our relay in there, put them into the holes in the right ones, and then we can do some testing and see exactly what's going on, make sure we got our control to it, and then make sure we got our in and our out and see what's going on. So I'm going to set this up, I'll show you what I've done. So they're in there now, so we can flick ignition on. We've got our power in, so let's test the coil side. We've got voltage one side, ground the other. So that means if we've got voltage in this side, it should be coming out the other side. And it's not. So that relay is faulty. So let's quickly nick one out of another one. Hopefully you hear it click on. That has clicked on. And the sunroof, she's working. In fact, I'm going to set this back up so you can see the difference on the test lead again. Should have just swapped that over in the first place, shouldn't I? But that's like that. Right, so once again, I'll just show you. Got earth one side, power the other, so that's for the coil. Power at the top, but no output power. Just swap that over. Can you click on? Earth one side, power the other to control. That means got live in and live out. So that's all it was. The problem is, well, the problem we had obviously was we didn't know that that was the relay for it. With no data, the only way you can do it is actually strip it down and find out exactly what's going on. So I'm going to get this one back together and we'll call that one done. And there we go. She is sweet. Back. So it isn't a one-touch one, but obviously it needs to know where it's going for the upsy downsy bit, backwards and forwards. So yeah, another one done. So what a pain. So obviously the main thing was lack of information again. So yeah, what can we do when we get an older car in like this? It needs fixing. The information's not out there. We could possibly apply for this, apply for that, but who knows? So we got there in the end. Luckily, it has got the right fuse box in it, because would we have been able to get one? Or would we even have had to do some sort of bypass on it? But when somebody's buying a car like this, it's got to be perfect, you know? So yeah, there we go. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, give us a subscribe, maybe share this across your socials. See you on the next one.